Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hanzalah bin Makno. My nama matrik S64738. Today, we from Group 5 will present about Haccp and Act in Tilapia Fillet processing. First, about the team project member. The general manager is Muhammad Muklis Hakim bin Muhammad Nizan, and the maintenance in charge is Abdul Hadi Mohaimin bin Muhammad Azam. For the quality control in charge is Aiman Ifan bin Alias. For the operation in charge is me, Muhammad Anzala bin Makno. And for the production in charge is Naufan Abahan Husna bin Zunaidi. Okay, for the product description, first, type of fish is Oricomis natricus, or the common name is red tilapia. Second, product composition is first water, 66 until 81%. For the ash is 1.2 until 1.5%. For the carbon is below 0.5. For the lipid is 0.2 until 25%. And protein 18 until 21%. So third is physical and chemical structure. First, physical is fish muscle is firm and fresh, and the chemical structure we can say is fish protein contain all the essential amino acids. Last is product condition. Fish has been filleted and cleaned, and lastly been packed. Packaging that we use is vacuum sealed bag, so the protection and the long lasting life of the product will be take more time than another packaging. And for the shelf life of the product in long, we need to store in frozen condition 0 until 2 degrees Celsius. For the step 3, identify the product use. First, product can be consumed for general public, whether to be heated or to be served. This fish fillet product can be used for cooking by making a various type of food, whether to prepare a deep fried like fish and chip, soup like fish soup, and or raw dish like sushi.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Abdul Hadi bin Muhammad Azam, matrik number S61467. There are few steps for on-site confirmation of flow diagram. First, we get raw material from fishermen, descaling to remove all scales from the fish body, gutting to remove internal organs such as stomach, gonads, and liver, washing to ensure the fish is free from dirt, filleting by cutting the sides of the fish body and removing the fish bones, packaging by placing the fish in airtight plastic to ensure that the fish is not contaminated by external factors. Freezing can slow down the growth of bacteria and ensure that the fish is always fresh and can be used for a long time. Fillet fish is stored in a suitable place to ensure its quality is maintained. There are three types of hazard that need to be emphasized, that is physical hazard, biological hazards, and environmental hazards. Physical hazards is like once on the fish body the fish is fresh and fish meats get mushy. Therefore, the freshness and physicality of the fish must be monitored first before the filtering process. After that, biological hazard is like the fish body is infested with parasites and the presence of pests such as rats and cockroach. The presence of this foreign matter will affect the safety factor for the user consume, and it must be avoided by implementing the correct handling method. Next, environmental hazard is like a fish kept at an inappropriate temperature and the processing area's cleanliness is not maintained. So the environment where fillet fish is processed must always be clean before and after the process is done, so that the cleanliness and safety of the raw material is maintained.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aiman Irfan bin Alias. My matrix number is 61571. And I will present about my part, which is decision 3 to determine critical control point for tilapia fish fillet. Okay, for number 1, are the fish fillet received from approved and reputable suppliers? If yes, proceed to number 2. If no, reject the shipment. For number 2, is the temperature of the storage area appropriate for fish fillet? If yes, proceed to number 3. If not, adjust the temperature or take corrective action to ensure proper storage condition. For number 3, are the fillet and trimming processor performed hygienically? If yes, proceed to number 4. If no, implement corrective action to ensure hygienic practice. Okay, for number 4, are the packaging material clean and suitable for the fish fillet? If yes, proceed to number 6. If no, use appropriate packaging material or take corrective action. Okay, for number 5, is the temperature during storage and transportation maintained with acceptable limits? If yes, proceed to number 6. If no, implement corrective action to maintain proper temperature control. For number 6, is the final visually inspected for quality, including appearance, odor, and texture? If yes, proceed to number 7. If no, implement visual inspection and quality control procedure. For number 7, is the product stored and transported under appropriate condition? If yes, proceed to number 8. If no, implement corrective action to ensure proper storage and transportation. For number 8, are proper instructions provided to consumer regarding storage, handling, and preparation of the fish fillet? If if yes, if yes, CCPN. If no, implement appropriate communication and instruction for consumers. Next, I will present about established critical limit for tilapia fish fillet. Okay, for number 1 raw material receiving, the specific temperature limit may vary depending on the type of fish, but generally fish should be received at or below 4 degrees Celsius to ensure freshness and prevent bacterial growth. Next, required documentation help to ensure traceability and confirm that the fish has been sourced from a approved and reputable supplier. Ensure that the fish is properly packaged and labeled, including information on the species, and check for any damage or tampering to the packaging and verify that the labeling is accurate and compliant with regulation. Reject any fish that shows sign of spoilage or damage, because fish should have clear, bright eyes, shiny skin, and firm texture. Secondly, for storage and temperature control, the critical limit for temperature may vary depending on the type of species, but generally fish should be stored or at below 4 degrees Celsius. This temperature helps inhibit bacterial growth and maintain freshness. It's important to monitor and control the storage temperature consistently. Regular monitoring of the storage temperature is necessary to ensure compliance with the critical limit. This includes using temperature monitoring device such as thermometers or data logger, and documenting the temperature readings at regular intervals. Proper segregation and storage practice should be implemented to prevent cross contamination, such as using separate containers or wrapping for different fish species, and ensure that fish is stored away from other food items that may cause contamination. For number 3, which is filleting and trimming fish, all equipment, utensils, and surface used for filleting and trimming fish should be cleaned and sanitized before use. The critical limit is that all surface and equipment should be free from visible dust, debris, and residues. Personnel involved in filleting and trimming fish should follow proper hygiene practice, such as wearing clean and appropriate protective clothes, such as glove, apron, and hairnet, and also washing their hands thoroughly before and after handling fish or changing tasks. Proper disposal of fish waste, trimming, and other byproduct is essential. The critical limit is to ensure that waste is promptly removed from the processing area, stored appropriately, and disposed of in compliance with local regulation and best practice. For number 4, which is packaging and labeling, the packaging used for fish should be intact and free from damage, leaks, or contamination. The critical limit is that the packaging should provide adequate protection to maintain the quality and safety of the fish during storage and transportation. The packaging material used for fish should be suitable for the specific type of fish and the intended shelf life. It should not interact negatively with the fish, affect its quality, or pose any potential health risk. The critical limit is that the packaging material should be approved for use with fish and comply with applicable food safety regulations. For number 5, which is storage and cold chain management, the critical limit for temperature control is to ensure that the fish is stored and transported at or below the recommended temperature. Generally, fish should be kept at temperature between 0 degrees Celsius to 4 degrees Celsius to inhibit bacterial growth and maintain freshness. Regular monitoring of the storage and transportation temperature is essential to ensure compliance with the critical limits. Use temperature monitoring devices such as data logger or thermometers to track the temperature at various stages, including storage facility, vehicle, and during loading and unloading. Record temperature reading at specific intervals to identify any deviation and to take necessary corrective action. For number C, which is product inspection and quality control, the critical limit for appearance involve visual inspection of the fish to ensure that it has a desirable appearance, including appropriate color, texture, and absence of any sign of spoilage such as discoloration, sliminess, and of odor. The critical limit for odor is to ensure that the fish has a fresh and has a characteristic smell. Any form of unusual odor may indicate spoilage and quality issue. The critical limit to ensure that the fish is free from any foreign objects such as bone, scales, and other contaminants. Thorough visual inspection should be conducted to identify and remove any foreign object. The critical limit involves conducting microbiological testing to ensure that the fish is safe from harmful pathogens such as Salmonella, Listeria, or Vibrio. The specific critical limits for microbiological testing may be vary based on regulatory requirements or industry standards.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, my name is Muhammad Muklis Hakim bin Muhammad Inzal, and my metric number is FIS3834. In this part, I will talk about monitoring system and corrective action. First, we need to monitor Tilapia filleting processing and those cleanliness so that we can ensure that the filleting equipment can be used for a long time and that there is no contamination during handling. Then, monitoring Tilapia fillet from any bacteria or parasites, because the presence of bacteria and parasites will damage the fish in terms of taste, smell, and physical appearance. After that, monitoring the Tilapia fillet packaging process so that the fish fillet can be stored neatly and orderly and can ensure that the fish fillet can be stored in the long term. Lastly, monitoring the tilapia taken before processing is fresh so as to maintain the quality of the fish fillet is the best. Next step is to establish corrective action. In this phase, plan or action is to be taken if CCP is out of control has been exceeded. Among the things that can be observed and action can be taken include the filleting process in a hygiene place with hygiene equipment and procedures. In addition, in order to produce the best product, it is necessary to establish a specific protocols in case of any emergency during handling. Next, it is also necessary to not check the broken packaging and discard it if the packaging has too much damage.
For the established verification procedures, check that all equipment used and product processing sites are always clean and hygienic. Periodically check tilapia fish fillet records. Check the tilapia fillets regularly to ensure that the process remains as prescribed and does not change. Always perform quality check for each batch of tilapia fish fillet to ensure the product is a perfect quality. Always inspect tilapia fish fillet for biological, bacteria, virus, and parasite, natural toxin, chemical contaminant, and physical hazard validation. Checking packaging is steady hard undamaged, resulting in higher quality product handling. Establish record keeping. Keeping accurate record related to the product produced will not only reduce the process of Haccp certification and inspection by the EHO, it is also the most effective way to prove that you meet the legal requirement and ensure that your product will always be recognized with Haccp certification.